Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am ManyNinjas, and we're actually going to start off with the black side of the story for this particular game, which in this case stars Jack. To give you a general idea of how this particular Let's Play will be working, I'm going to probably be covering both the black side, the white side, and the eventual third side, which will be further elaborated as we get there, but for the most part I'll just be airing the missions themselves and not too much of the grinding in between. What that means, I'll be pretty much cropping out the areas in between, and aside from related cutscenes and the missions themselves, we'll be attempting to keep it fairly brisk. Speaking of which, we're going to be skipping this little scene here where you have to earn enough points in order to make the first mission pop up, and going straight to that, right after the jump. Alright, after just a little bit of grinding, we can now begin the first free mission, the Kill Seekers. Platinum Games was kind enough in order to give a nice little written description for most of the general enemies you'll be coming across in the game. Effectively, what the Kill Seekers mission is all about is introducing you to a lot of the general cannon fodder that you'll be coming across as the title goes along here. Starting on with your common variety, Kill Seekers, and the cyborgs that come up. And now that I think about it, the nice little text blurb explains why they effectively blow up into explosive blue goo now, due to all that pollution and general mutation and such. Effectively, for the most part, this mission works in the following fashion. You'll be introduced to a few waves introducing a bunch of the different types of enemies that will be coming up, and it's your job to subsequently smash them all. And that's a creative way to introduce the very next wave. You want to make sure not to get hit by that, because while I'm not sure if it actually is fatal or not, it still hurts like the dickens. In terms of actual enemy selection though, it's more of the flame-wielding bat carrying a kind of Kill Seeker, which... Alright, now we have Molotov cocktails, that's a new one. If you're not paying attention, it actually turns out it's on top of the building up here, so now that I have realized where they are on the map, let's proceed up there. Aside from the color, they're nice little Molotovs, being able to kind of interrupt you if you're running forward or jumping in the air, as I'll learn shortly after, they're generally really harmless. It's more of a waste of time on the clock than anything else actually dealing with this particular type of enemy. Even catching fire doesn't seem to actually deal much damage to Jack, at least not in this instance. Dealing a few more cyborgs. Even a direct Molotov to the face does effectively nothing, and at least at this point they're generous enough with the health in order to basically get you back to full health in no order. So okay, let's send on the next wave, please. Okay, after this last one, let's send on the next wave, please. Alright, new type of enemy, the Pyro Kill Seekers, otherwise known as basically living bombs after you beat them up enough for a while, as I'll be demonstrating fairly short. Why yes, Platinum Games have them spawn directly in the opposite direction of where I was looking. And after just a quick smash, the first one automatically becomes a bomb and explodes fairly quickly. Let's see. Yeah, your standard throw also renders them as a weapon. And effectively anything caught near the explosion will also be rendered into a weapon fairly shortly if they happen to be thrown into more Kill Seekers. And this is actually kind of amusing here. Ouch. I suppose the way it works is as long as you aren't directly beside them, they can keep trying to chase you down for a little while at least, before, I'm not sure after how long, but after a while I imagine they will eventually explode on their own. But if they happen to be right beside you, you basically have a second or two in order to figure something out, before you're kind of screwed and they'll blow up. They don't even take a lot of damage. I don't think these guys even take a full combo before they go down, or run into the explosion mode then. Alright, next wave, a few cyborgs. I've got to figure out how to do that more often. Alright, as I was saying, a few more cyborgs just to kind of get them in the way. If they do manage to hit you with the electric sticks, that will stun you for a few seconds at least until you kind of waggle the joystick to get out of that little stun state. But for the most part, they're really easy to dispatch. Okay, now with them there, and one more enemy remaining. I suppose this would be the... Okay, no, this is actually immune. It's just a much bigger Kill Seeker. Okay, let's see what these guys can do. If we go by the rule of general beat-em-up enemies, this giant fellow probably has some form of, yep, just as figured, some kind of extra armor that will basically let him ignore most of my general attacks, especially while he's beating his large swing there with... It's not so much a mallet as it is a giant bit of construction material. Mind you, with the nice little lethal attack there, yep, that took him down in short order. Mission accomplished. First free mission is done. Let's see the score, ladies and gentlemen. It's an okay score. First unlock is there, which I believe will actually unlock the first main mission, which we'll be going to right after the jump. Alright, first main mission of the actual game, King of Altandra. I wonder who we meet in this particular charming location. Somehow that name doesn't surprise me. Alright, Big Bull, what do you have to say?
Double saw you got on your arm. I'd say you're Mr. Jack Cayman.
I feel like a fucking celebrity in this town.
I'm gonna take a wild stab that the link syncing was set to a different language. This doesn't exactly fit here. And just based on that, this is not going to be a very serious character, or gang for that matter.
Jack. Your reputation precedes you. What say we are?
Oh yes, this is gonna be a gimmick character.
What say you fuck off? I don't have time for this.
Too bad. On my ranch, you play by my rules, or I put you out to pasture. Permanently.
Bullshit.
Now you're talking my language. I think it's time you get nailed!
Alright, and the game gives you the first official boss of the title, Big Bull. Now, unlike the Kill Seekers mission, this one actually gives you a few different tries in order to get through the whole area. And unfortunately, in this particular first run, I realized a few small details. One, that charge move only really works if you actually have enough time in order to charge it up properly to become unblockable. Second, it's really easy to accidentally hit the 360 attack button sequence, which I do a lot of times by accident at this point. 3, yeah, there's more of that. 3, it's really easy to get juggled. And from looks of things, for landing in lava, Jack is really no worse for wear. In fact, now that I think about it, doesn't seem to do too much damage at all at this point. And no damage to Big Bull at all. Although in this case, it makes a little more sense because he is wearing the giant suit of armor. I am under the wild suspicion now that this boss will run away at least one more time before this boss fight is done. However, we get to meet Bull's gang, aka more Kill Seekers, but with new sweaters. While I can see that they are very nice sweaters, they're still just more Kill Seekers, with more flaming bats, with barbed wire, which they happen to have a lot of in this particular title so far. I wonder if there's some kind of sporting goods store that just sells these things in bulk. If I had to take an honest guess, I'm pretty sure this in-between section is really just to help you rebuild your rampage gauge bit. As far as I can tell, these guys don't drop any kind of extra power-ups on anything, so it's either just rebuild your rampage gauge, or in this case, build back a little extra health in between the boss fight sequences. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Big Bull. Not to be mistaken with Bald Bull. Although I'm pretty sure you could probably get a bull charge out of his guy too. Now think about it, a nice little kind of a boxing minigame would be nice in this game too. Would fit in, after all this is beat 'em up, it's same general ballpark you get in there. Alright, I'm kind of getting tired of getting knocked into lava now, so the name of the Rampage Gauge is pretty full at this point, so yes, let's have some fun. Fortunately, the Rampage Gauge is good enough that you can actually punch through them pretty easy. And oh, you cheeky bastard, you just had to decide to abandon ship now. Now I'm wasting my Rampage Gauge on some general minions. Flamethrower one, sure, but easy ones nonetheless, and a waste of it. At least I suppose this answers the question of where the minions that had the bull helmets went. I suppose they're the Pyro Seekers of this particular group. Ones that are particularly easy to punch. And I'm not sure where those random cyborgs came from. Oh, well, I'll deal with them in a good minute. Alright, that one's been thrown. Didn't throw them away there. In hindsight, I probably should have thrown them into that cyborg, but they're easy enough to dispatch anyway. And Big Bull round 3. And I believe this probably should be the last one. Okay, one last cyborg to get rid of, and then we can get back to just Big Bull himself now. Alright, it's getting a little annoying now. 360. Let's see, and you cheeky bastard, you just landed on your feet there. Like nothing even happened. Come on, now this is not professional wrestling. Stop with the no-sells. Alright, a little further in the fight. Now we have a new environmental hazard attack. Kind of tossed in there for good measure. Although, as far as I can tell, even though I'm knocking right in there, Big Bull is not taking any actual damage from that thing. But I imagine if I walked in there, I'd be melted pretty well. In hindsight, I probably should have saved the Rampage mode for this point. Mind you, only now did I realize that the fight was being broken up into 3 parts, rather than maybe just 2, and I could proceed to beat him up normally for him, when I was doing an obscene amount of damage in very little time. You know what I think could use a nice little kind of a Punch-Out style minigame? The Mass Effect series. Let's get some DLC out there and have a nice little first-person kind of boxing deal here. The U.S. Commander Trevor punching out the assorted bad guys and just general nuisances of the galaxy. And of course, you know, if that was done, you'd have to have the reporter in there, just for good measure. Why not? If you've been going the Renegade route, you've probably been punching her all along. So let's just have a nice little set of fisticuffs outside of just a little cutscene. No, let's have the whole fun deal there. Alright. Admittedly, for this particular kind of video series, I really just about started recording straight after opening the box here, so at this point I'm not exactly fully aware. I haven't done my research if there's something that'll actually kind of improve things such as the character's health and such. It's okay, down goes Jack at least one more time. Alright, Jack, thank you for getting back up. And let's proceed to deal with Big Bull here, at least one last time here. Down to a little under quarter health at this point, so because I've got one last full bar to work with. Yeah, he's just about done there. If I can avoid just randomly flinging myself into the lava. And now think about it, something that I really haven't exploited too much at this point. He really does take an okay amount of damage from throws, and he doesn't ever really seem to block them. Alright, one last quick sequence, and there we go. Now this boss is wrapped up. Our mission is accomplished, and the king is down. Yeah, can't exactly say I'm surprised it was only a bronze rank. Only one try remaining. Okay, Big Bull is now available for multiplayer and training modes. I suppose this is how you unlock the general characters, right? And okay, let's see. Next story bit.
You're as tough as they say. The bull concedes.
Good. I'll be going then.
With the wind at your back, brother.
Brother?
Yeah. This fight was your induction ceremony.
Alright, he's going to be a reoccurring character at this point.
No need to say it.
This should be interesting.
You just think something, and I'll get wind of it. So long, brother. May your horns grow long.
The fuck?
You know, I'm going to have to agree with Jack there. Now that's the Big Bull and his miraculously recovering men. And the end for this first video, or the second video really. Next time, the next set of missions, ladies and gentlemen.